Hey guys, I am starting a little bit early, hoping that I can get Candace to pop on here before everyone else gets on so we can get situated with the video. Give me 1 minute. Hello. We are just waiting for Candace to join us so she can hop on. Before Candace gets on, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself because this is the first live video that I've done in the group. My name is Melanie. I am a blogger with Mostly Under Control, and I do parenting and lifestyle, focusing on early childhood activities at home and also just getting through life as a parent, I guess. Hold on, I see, won't let me add her. Hold on. I see you, Candace, but it won't let me add you. Are you on your phone, and are you on landscape mode? Sorry, guys. Shoot. I don't know why it won't let me add you then. I'm gonna have her go out and come back in. Sorry, guys. This was easier last time. There we go. Ugh, shoot, it went away. Thanks for sticking with us, these 3 people that are still here. It says she's adding. Just drinking a beer, watching Christopher Robin. Okay. Well, hopefully soon we'll be learning about STEM. It says it's adding her. Oh, she went away. Oh, there she is.
There we go.
Oh, there she is. Hi.
Yay.
Okay,
Hi.
turn off my heater. Okay, we've got a couple people watching. So first, before we get into this, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So I am a mom of two kids. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, girl and boy. I'm an education major. I've been teaching for 20 years. The past 10 years, I've been in gifted and talented education. And then this year, I'm actually teaching third grade math. So, and I have a master's degree in science
Ooh,
education.
and you're my cousin.
Yeah, and that too.
So I wanted to get Candace on here to kick off this monthly series of doing videos in the group. We're going to chat about STEM today. So what we're going to do to start, give everybody a short little breakdown on what STEM is.
So STEM is basically science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is what it stands for. And it's really the idea of getting kids involved in the interdisciplinary, thinking about science and technology and engineering, mathematics all as kind of one thing. It's kind of where our careers are headed. And we really want to get our kids and our students really exploring those fields because that's where most of the jobs are going to be in the next 10,
Okay.
20 years.
So we're gonna just jump right into it. What I had Candace do was just kind of go through the age groups that I work on and give us some toys for that age group and then an activity that you could do home with that age group for STEM. So, and then I'm gonna turn it into a blog post for you guys with links and everything so you guys will have it all right at your fingertips for uh, Easter, birthdays, Christmas, whatever. So we're going to start with the babies, age 0 to 1. So what do you have for us for 0 to 1?
So for 0 to 1, it's really about getting them exploring the world around them. And so for toys, I suggested the Munchkin Falls bath set. And so I have one piece. That's the only piece I could find, but it has different pieces. You can pour water into it. There's spouts that come down and spigots that move. And so the kiddos can explore and see cause and effect and things like that in the bathtub. And then I tied the activity to that, and I said the Crayola color changing tabs are
My
great
kids
for that
love
age.
those.
If you put it in the bath with, so mine do too, and it's just great, even at an early age, them seeing that cause and effect. You put the tab in, and it changes color, it fizzes, and getting them to see that. You can mix colors, put a red and a blue, and it turns to purple. And so just getting them exploring and seeing that things can change and things like that. So.
Yeah, we actually took a bath tonight, and we to avoid messes we do bubbles or colors. But tonight I got talked
Yeah.
into bubbles and colors. And so Reagan loves to do, she gets to pick two colors, and there's red, blue, and yellow. And she loves to pick, and we're actually really starting to learn like about primary and secondary and what the colors are actually making together. Like she's understanding and trying to make a certain color with the tabs. She loves those.
Yeah, and I think if you start early, they do start to ask those questions and start exploring. And that's the whole point is getting them to start noticing those things and using those vocabulary words and teaching them just
Hmm.
all about it.
For age 1 to 2, what do you have?
So 1 to 2, I actually was really excited because mine love the magnet tiles. But the one scary thing about the magnet tiles, you always see those posts, a child broke it open and ate it, and now they're in the emergency room. And so there's a block called the Tegu blocks, and they're actually magnetic blocks. And the really cool thing about these blocks is they're safe for one, starting with 1 to 99 is what they say. The paint is safe, it's non toxic. They're just wooden blocks, but they have the magnetic element to them. So they can build with them, but they also
Oh, that's
snap
cool.
apart. Um, they're very cool. They come in different shapes, different sizes. I have planks here. And so they can build, they can explore, they can start seeing those magnetic principles, but a lot say, I mean, I let my little ones use the magnetic tiles. I just watch them really closely, but these have a little bit safer element to them because they are deemed safe for starting at 1 year
I did
old.
not even know
So
those existed.
these are great. They are wonderful. They're a little bit pricier, but Amazon a lot of times has them pretty cheap. June and July sales
Okay.
are really good. They're Christmas and July. Black Friday, you can get them a little cheaper. That's when we got ours, and they're great. They're quiet. We use these in church. These stay in our backpack, and my 3-year-old uses them all the time in
Okay.
church. So
Um,
um, they're wonderful.
I really like your home activity that you have for this one because we actually used to, when I was an infant teacher, we did this a lot with our babies.
Yeah, I was trying to think, and I kind of tied it to the blocks again, but just the idea of
Hmm.
ramp play, and you can get out your cardboard paper tubes, old cardboard boxes, get out your Hot Wheels cars, your balls, and just build towers and ramps and roll things down them. You can get PVC piping was another one I had. If you can find that rubber tubing, we use that a lot of times and weave it in and out of the blocks. And you can kind of create like a roller
Hmm.
coaster effect. Um, so that it's just fun. And a lot of these activities, I mean, I say 0 to 1, the color tabs, 1 to 2, the ramps, but you could do this. A 6-year-old would have
Yep.
fun with either one of those. So that's what I really love about STEM activities.
2 to 3, stomp rockets.
Stomp rocket. So I don't have my example because our stomp rocket I think got stomped. But this one is great. They're foam rockets. You can buy different examples. I put a link to Amazon, but Discovery Ed makes one. And basically, the principle of them is it's just a little stomper with a tube. You're stomping air into the foam rocket, and it sends the foam rocket flying.
Oh.
So it's just really neat. Again, teaching those cause and effect relationships, but also just something they can run and jump and get their energy out, but they're not
Hmm.
destroying anything in the process. So my daughter loved hers, but we can't find it right now. She's sitting next to me and she's nodding. We might have to get a new one because I don't know where ours is, um, but they're a lot of fun. It did say on the packaging, um, it always has this not safe for under 3. There's nothing parts wise that I've ever seen that's too dangerous. I just said with adult
Okay.
supervision since it does say 3 and up, but I really think a 1 and 2-year-old could get the idea of stomping on the little pad and send the rocket flying.
And then your at-home activity for that age.
So for that one, I kind of thought about the idea of, you can go to your dollar store and get cheap mirrors, cheap flashlights, and do some reflection and
Okay.
mirror play and shadow play. So you can just kind of take your flashlight, shine them onto the mirror, um, help your kiddos see that you can reflect it onto the wall. You could put stickers or targets and try to get the mirrors lined up so you could get the light hitting the target specifically. You can also turn the lights off and try to do shadows and also see how the mirrors interact with the lights in the dark. And just kind of getting the idea of reflection and refraction. And those are big words, but when you introduce them at a young age, they start to understand. And when they hear that word again come second or
Yep.
third grade, it makes sense to them.
It's
Sorry,
fine.
my 3-year-old is.
Um, okay, and then 3 to 4, you have squigs.
So squigs, I've got them all over my bed currently. My mother-in-law actually got us introduced to squigs. She got them for my son for Christmas. They're little popper toys. I'm gonna have Addie hold so we can show how they go together. But they just stick together. They can stick to mirrors. They can stick to glass. And so you can just build with them. When you take them apart, they make a popping sound. So they're just kind of fun to build with and explore. I did put this for slightly older because there is a tinier piece in our set that my 3-year-old actually got lodged into his
Of
mouth.
course
So
he
these
did.
actually went to school with me. He can't have them anymore. And my third graders play with them now. Um, but he was playing with them tonight. He's like, oh, I missed those. But so you just have to, if you have a child that puts things in their mouth, mine is one of those, you just got to watch it. But if you have one, my daughter was never like that. So we could play with these when she was younger with no problem.
It's a
So,
second kid thing, I swear.
but you can kind of, really it is.
Because we struggle with that too. uh,
I'm like, the label says it's
yeah.
safe for him, but it doesn't.
Sink or float. Sink or float is fun.
But my students build towers with them. Sinker float's a lot of fun, just building boats. So, and you can, I mean, you can get a tub and just throw objects in and see what sinks and floats, but then you can take it a step further, getting your aluminum foil, cardboard, and start building boats. See what you're, if you build a boat and it sinks, you learn. And so, oh, that paper got soggy. Let's see if aluminum foil works better. And if you can get a boat to float, then it's really fun to throw things in there to see how many pennies it takes to get it to sink, or how many counting bears it takes to get it to sink, whose boat works better. So you can compare boats to see whose boat can hold more. It's a great counting activity. So then you can count how many pennies or how many bears you stuck in there. So adding that math piece to it. But that's a fun one just to kind of play with and build
Dylan did
boats.
something like that at school, but with bridges. Yep,
Oh,
they were doing
fun.
bridges, and so they did all these. And I got an email from his teacher later. His bridge did not do well, which would explain why as soon as he got home from school, he was like, "Mom, we need to build this bridge, and we need to fix this, we need to fix that." And I got an email from his teacher because he's so competitive, and so he needed to come home and fix his bridge.
Well, and I think that's the cool thing about STEM. I think teaching them
Yep.
about failure. Like, it's okay if your child wants to get out a piece of paper and try to make it float and
Yeah.
it's not going to work. Like, let them see that and then talk to them about it. Like, well, how
Problem
can we
solve.
make this
Yeah.
work? What materials look better? We can test our materials. And I think it's great, have that competitive piece, but also teach them, like, that, yeah, it didn't work. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to try again, and I'm going to make my boat hold no pennies. Now I'm going to change my boat design and see if it can hold 5 pennies. And so just that building, because engineers fail all the time. And so the whole point of STEM is really teaching them, just like in the field of engineering, engineers do not, their first build is never successful mostly. Like, so just teaching them that it's okay to fail,
Yep.
fail forward.
Um,
I love that he
he
came home.
he was like a maniac for the rest of the night trying to get this bridge to hold
Awesome.
stuff. Um, okay, and so you have for 4 to 5.
4 to 5, I have our Codapillar, and I love that. So one of the newer parts of STEM education is that teaching coding to your kiddos. And so coding is just the idea of on computers, like that's how all computers, all gaming systems work, is through a set of codes. And so teaching children at a young age how coding works is a really cool way to get into the STEM education. And that's just kind of where our world is. It's all about computers and things like that. And so Codapillar is a little caterpillar made by Fisher Price, and you just can add little pieces to it. So the piece that's attached to him right now says, make a, the computer's throwing me off, but make a left turn. And so you can add, we've got straight turns, we have make a noise. And so they link the different pieces to the Codapillar and then turn them on and see what happens. So it's really that cause and effect again, but also getting them the idea of, I'm giving this robot directions, and it's going to follow the directions. So then you can take it a step further and you can have a maze that it has to follow, or you're trying to get it from here to there. And they have to really think about, like, which arrow do I need? Do I need it to go straight a little longer? And just that simple coding. And I think the younger we can get kids to code, the better, because it's kind of where our world is going. Robotics is a really cool thing for kids to get into, and this is a super simple, really good priced robotic tool to get kids into
We have
coding.
something similar. Dylan got a Botley for Christmas.
Oh
So we
yeah,
actually finally just
I ordered a
we
bunch.
just opened it like last weekend. And
Yeah, I ordered a bunch for my old school
yeah.
and then left, and I didn't get
And
to test them
it's
out.
really cool. Like you can draw a black line and it will follow the black line, or it will like pick stuff up and move. It comes with like these Tinker Toy things, and it will like move things, and he and Reagan have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch out there. Ozabot's another one where you can draw lines. But I love Codapillar because you could really start as early as 2 or 3, getting them on the Codapillar and playing with them. And it's just a fun little toy, but you're teaching them
Cool.
coding.
Okay, and then your activity for 4 to 5 year olds.
So my activity I'm going to have Addison hold my phone because I kind of wanted to demo this one. But so my activity is straw rockets, and they're super easy. You just get a pencil. I've got my straw because my 3-year-old ran off with my pencil. You take a strip of paper that's just about 4 by 12. You wrap it up into a long tube, and then you just take Scotch tape, and I've got my tube here. You take Scotch tape, you tape it, you fold one end down, tape it shut so you've got this tube that's opened on one end. And then what you can do is you can take cardboard, construction paper, attach rings, and you've got wings, and you've got a little rocket, and then you just stick a straw in it, and it will launch. So they're really simple to make. I made these with all materials we already had at our house, and you can just kind of launch them. You can make them short, you can make them small, you can test different things with them to see how far it will go with no wings, with big wings, with little wings. So you can do a lot of testing of different things, but it's a super simple one you can do. Probably everybody has paper, tape, and straws at home. So it's super simple. And I sent you the directions so you can put those in the blog. And if you Google straw rockets, there's tons of different sites so you can kind of see them a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a fun one. My kids would go crazy for that. Anything that launches is right up their alley.
Exactly.
Um,
And then, I mean, you can add literature to that too. So if you're doing the stomp rockets or the straw rockets, go to the library and get a book on space shuttles and read it with them, and compare, like, how is our rocket similar? How is our rocket different? And so anytime you're having those conversations and then applying it to actual technology that's out there, you're really connecting to that
yeah,
STEM field.
these are things that we're going to need to do over spring break when we're all home.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's tons. If you even just Google STEM activities, there's tons, and really anything where you're tying in science, math, and just throwing in those activities. They're fun, but then their kids are
Yep.
learning as well.
So someone, I don't know if you can see the comments that are coming through, but someone said that they're totally going to do your mirrors and flashlights tomorrow because they're
Oh,
in love with flashlights
yay!
right now.
They'll definitely have to comment how that
And
goes.
then, yes,
Yeah, take
Stephanie,
pictures.
come back and tell us how that goes. And then Nicole said her son plays with
Yeah.
I think it was those little, uh, mm, the squigs. She says her son plays with the squigs at school and she didn't even know what they were called.
Yeah, and ours are the set I have is called Poppers, but then when I was looking on Amazon, Squigs is kind of the Fun Brain makes
Okay.
those, and that's I think ours is the off brand. And I couldn't find the off brand on Amazon, but Squigs, yeah, they're pretty cool. And like I said, I brought them to my classroom, and the kids, I actually took them down to bring here tonight, and they tried to wrestle me for them. I was like, "You're not going to be at school tonight. I promise I'll bring them
You
back
won't even know they're
tomorrow."
gone.
Because they just love to build. I know. I was like, "You won't notice," and they were just like, "Okay, well, could you send my parents the link to your blog so that they can see these and get them for me?" So
We can send it. Yeah, so
but
if anybody's
they're
watching the
great.
replay and anyone has any questions or suggestions or anything, put them in the comments, and Candace is in the group so she can come through and I'll tag her and she'll come through
Yeah.
and answer questions for you. I'm really excited about this whole series this year for videos in the group. If anyone has any suggestions for videos, let me know and we can get those up. Otherwise, we'll call it, and I will turn this into a blog post to get you guys some links and everything for it, okay? Oh, wait,
Awesome.
someone said, you mentioned counting bears. Clothespins, popsicle sticks, cups, and the counting bears make great bridge design practice, and then they count how many bears can you
Yes.
put on the bridge. Yep. Counting bears.
Yeah, that's a fun one too.
Only teachers
Yeah,
have
Melanie
counting bears at
limited
home.
me. Yeah, they're awesome though. If you don't have
Yeah.
them, look them up because they are actually really cool to have. Yeah, Melanie limited me to one activity and one toy per age group, and I was like, that's so fun because there's so many good ones. So if you have any questions, I have tons. We have tons of stuff at home. My kids are swimming in STEM stuff, but they love math and science. I have to laugh because my daughter, that's her favorite subject. And I think it's just because we do so much at home, and things like that. And so she'll tell her students, and then I have to go visit because she tells them something I did in my classroom or something we did at home, and then I have to show them.
Sounds about
So
right. Well, thank you so much for doing this for us, and we will talk to everyone later.
Awesome. Thanks for listening. I'm glad people showed
Bye,
up. All
guys.
right.